work of the Reverend Dr. Reginald Lilly, who I've worked with, and let's give him a large applause for his very, very dedicated work. He was a powerful brother out there, and he was raising his fist every time I saw him. He was fighting. And that's the kind of leadership that we cannot, Calvin Murphy, extinguish. We have got to be able to shine the light on the work of the NAACP. And as our pastor of pastors, Reverend Dr. William A. Lawson, prayed for us, I was silently praying that this is a pathway for an invigorated and a appreciated and a respected NAACP. I will never lose the honor for this organization, for when you were asleep, the NAACP was on the battle line. When you were asleep, you could sleep comfortably because the NAACP would never step away from justice. And so I hope in 2015, the 50th year of this anniversary of the Voting Rights Act, you will come under the umbrella, to the bosom, if you will, of the NAACP in the fight for justice. And the range of justice will go beyond the borders of the greater Harris County Metroplex, recognizing the Texas State NAACP with Larry Bedsoe and Carolyn Scantlebury and all of the officers of that great organization. They know how to make things happen. And as we commemorate this swearing in the moment in history where 1 million people were in Paris, Je suis Charlie. I am Muslim, I am African, I am Hispanic, I am Anglo, I am Protestant, I am Catholic, I am Jewish. The NAACP becomes even more relevant because you have never strayed away from those values when everyone deserves a human dignity. My only call to all of you, since the charge will come from our esteemed Howard Jefferson, a member of the National Board, is to be able to stand in the darkness and in the sunlight, carrying on the virtues of all that you were born into, whether it's the W. Du Bois talented 10th, or whether it is a Jim Crow America, and through the civil rights era and the deaths and pillage that we experienced, the Black Power movement, Black Lives Matter, and many others, the NAACP never strayed. And my call to you today as you swear in these distinguished and honorable elected officials, individuals to be elected to office: President James M. Douglas, Vice President Taft L. Foley, Second Vice President Claude Cummings Jr., Third Vice President Carol Mills Galloway, Secretary Dr. Cherry Gooden, Assistant Secretary Aljanita Scott Davis, lady of great depth and breadth of leadership, our treasurer, great educator, Carol G. Robinson, and of course, Assistant Treasurer, great educator as well, Johnny D. Gentry. My only call is never stray away from your heart and your values, because when you walk that pathway, there is a pathway forward. And you'll walk into the sunlight in spite of the criticisms, because if you're right, you're right. You maintain your values, you won't go wrong. You stand up and be counted. If you go into the wind, you stand in the storm. God will provide you the cover. And so I ask, if I could, even though he is to be sworn in, I want Dean Douglas just to come up for a moment. I'm going to hand him something. If he would just come up on the stage for a moment. And it is in the tradition of Barbara Jordan. And I believe that if you utilize this very document, it stands under the Bible, but it is a document that I've come to love and cherish, and that is the Constitution of the United States of America. Michael Brown, Eric Garner, Tamir, Trayvon Martin would have been protected if someone had adhered to the very Constitution that this nation abides by. And so, to be President-elect, I want to hand to you Constitution of the United States of America, because you symbolize it. For you have fought many causes, and I sure love you for fighting the causes of educational justice. And those of us who fought hard for North Forest, we thank you for the justice of knowing when, where, and how to fight under the Constitution of the United States of America. God bless you, all of you. God bless the NAACP. God bless the United States of America.